any individual who is subjected to thousands upon thousands, millions even, of negative, critical voices all coming at you, what human being in the world is not going to be affected by that?
What do you think is driving Prince Harry, and why do you think he's revealed so much in this book, Honey?
Well, it's really important that we don't sort of try to speculate too much about what's inside anybody else's mind when we haven't examined them. We don't know. He's not my client, and if he was, I obviously wouldn't be giving any interviews about him. So it's really important that I don't sort of speculate too much what's in Harry's mind. But what I can tell you, based on my sort of long career and expertise working with public figures, that's what I specialise in. My company, Onset Welfare, that's what we do. We work with production companies around the world, and we support people who are living and working in the public eye. That's our remit, if you like. And that gives us a particular insight because several times over the years we've had clients, or we've had people that we've been working with who are sort of inverted commas celebrities, high profile figures. We've worked with politicians, we've worked with all sorts of people who have decided, I'm going to do a tell-all book, or I'm going to do an interview and blow something wide open, or I'm going to tell people like it is. And I would say that that gives us a bit of an insight as to what generally, in our experience, motivates that kind of decision. I know a lot of people have been saying that this is all about the money and all of that. I would really question that because
Mm,
I think Harry and Meghan are extremely high profile world figures who could make money in a variety of different ways. Anybody with a public platform and a public profile, let's face it, there's lots of different ways they can monetize that platform. I would say that in our experience, when somebody really starts to uh, share revelations, things that they've never told never been told before on a public stage, there's often an emotional driving force behind that that has usually, in our experience, come from a long time, a long period of feeling like they weren't necessarily able to tell their truth as they see it. Obviously, it's always as somebody sees it themselves, because perhaps there have been advisors, there might have been agents, there might have been PR teams, there might have been sort of checks and balances on what people say to the media when someone is very, very high profile. And often it comes at a time when someone is saying, actually, I'm not prepared to sort of keep a lid on all of this anymore. I want to let it out. I want it to be coming from the horse's mouth. And I want to tell everybody what is actually true from my own mouth.
mm.
And we saw a lot of this. So, for example, I've been working in this field with public figures for over 20 years. And we saw a lot of this happening when social media first became a big thing, and in particular when the blue tick came out. So when all of a sudden lots of our clients, lots of the celebrities we were working with, suddenly were having blue ticks against their name on social media, and they were able to talk directly to their fans, their followers. We found a lot of people saying, right, now I'm going to tell everybody this, or I'm going to, no one can censor me as
Right.
much. And so I think to a certain extent, when we see a high profile figure doing that, it is often because of some sort of frustration or some sort of period of time in their career or their life when they felt unable to do
Right.
it, and then the lid comes off.
No, I think that there's so much there, and you definitely, well, we all know for a fact that clearly lots of stuff has been, kind of simmering away, and also, Prince Harry has had a lot of things he's wanted to say for a very, very long time, from the death of his mother, and he's got lots of things that he's obviously pondered on. But Honey, we're slightly kind of running out of time, but I want to just get your thoughts on this. I mean, they will have. I mean, they have a lot of criticism leveled at them. Lots of people really love them, but lots of people absolutely loathe them as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
This the handling of this book, the fact that it's been leaked, means that, you know, some of the messaging has probably not been controlled in maybe the way they in their publishing house would have wanted it to be. There's quite a lot of
Yeah,
mockery, there's quite a lot of ridicule. Do you think that the
yeah.
celebrities you work with, when they've taken the decision to go all out, are they
Mm.
fully prepared for the slings and arrows that are going to come their way? Do you think that Prince Harry,
This is a
yeah,
really, yeah, go on. Well, this is a really difficult question because the truth is they often feel like they are prepared. They often kind of, certainly if anyone's supporting them behind the scenes, certainly if we're supporting them, we'll go through all of the different scenarios, all of the worst case things that can happen. But sadly, what can often happen is that when there is an emotional motivation to tell the world your story, it often is at a time when you're already feeling quite vulnerable,
mm,
perhaps because of many years of not doing that. And then, of course, when the world, or as you say, there are lots of fans, but there are also lots of people being very vicious, very cruel, very angered by this. And I do get it to some extent. Lots of people have had a real strong, powerful emotional reaction to this. It brings up a lot for people who've ever had struggles with their own families and we've had to deal with it, or people who've had things in the military. There's been so many controversial things. So I do understand that it brings up heightened emotions. But actually, any individual, that we are all human, and any individual who is subjected to thousands upon thousands, millions even, of negative, critical voices all coming at you, what human being in the world is not going to be affected by
mm.
that?